Welcome to From the Concrete, the series that recognizes pioneers, innovators, trendsetters, and most of all, the next generation of changemakers by giving them their flowers now. I'm your host, Brianna Elmore, and today we have an amazing guest, Maya Houston.
Hi.
Hi, Maya.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Well, we're going to get into this bio because the bio gives.
Okay.
All right. So it simply gives, and I'm going to give the bio.
Okay, sounds good.
So, as a Black queer woman from Atlanta, raised by a single mother, Maya Houston has constantly been torn between the choice of fitting in or standing out. So it's no surprise that she writes about complex female protagonists who defy societal expectations to grow into the people they want to become. Houston graduated from the University of Southern California in 2016 with a BFA in writing for screen and television and a minor in occupational science. Shortly after graduating, she caught the attention of Issa Rae after winning the Project Greenlight New Normal contest and worked under the leadership of Rae to create a digital series called Minimum Wage. Houston worked as the writer's production assistant on The 100 and Arrow before eventually receiving her first television writing credit on the latter show. She was one of the fellows of the NBC Writers on the Verge class of 2019 to 2020. Houston completed 2 seasons on the CW's Batwoman as staff writer, then story editor. She is represented by Zero Gravity Management, an independent artist group. Baby, woo! First of all,
hearing it out loud, it's kind of like, wow, yeah.
You're like, yeah, hearing it out loud. Something about hearing it out loud, be like, I actually did eat that. I could have ate that up. So, and ate, you did. Okay. So, first of all, the credits are there. The bio's there. Nobody, I'm gagged. So thank you for real. Thank you so much for being here. You'll hear me say that constantly because I mean it.
I appreciate that.
I was so interested when I saw that you had the writing for screen and television and then the minor in occupational science.
Yes.
I love a good minor that make you be like, what's going on?
Yeah, I know. Every time someone says that, I was like, oh, I have my minor degree in occupational. They're like, where did that come from? I've always been interested in children. Mm-hmm. So I did a lot of classes of pediatric kind of occupational therapy while at USC. Just broaden my horizons, see if this little game didn't work out, something else to fall under. But thankfully the writing stuff started working out. But I am really grateful for the occupational therapy.
Yeah, and honestly, everything helps art, right? So it's
just
100%. You can write more accurately, just a plethora of people. So I don't think a minor ain't never hurt nobody.
Right, yeah.
Well, Maya, as you know, we get to it, and we love a good plant.
Yes.
So we want to know, are you ready to get down and dirty with us?
Yes, 100%.
Then let's dig in. Let's start with getting to know more about what led you on your path in getting to the root. All right?
That's good.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start planting our good old plants, okay?
It's funny, I don't think I've ever planted anything.
I know I have not.
Okay. So the blind's leading the blind here, basically.
But when I move, you move.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay.
So first we have some little pebbles.
Okay.
All right. We're going to start with the pebbles, and then we're going to... I'm going to have to take these gloves off.
You can eat them.
My
intrusive thoughts is
here, you take mine.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So as we're going to plant and talk, we're just going to ask a few questions, okay? So our first question is, what would you say was the most instrumental moment in getting you on the path that you're currently on to writing for TV and comic books?
I would say that it is probably the existence of Shonda Rhimes.
Okay.
As I'm sure a lot of Black women writers, especially my age, will probably say the same. Grey's Anatomy was, as most moms, my mom's favorite show.
Yeah.
Growing up, it started when I was around 10 or so. And I just remember her being locked in front of the screen. Like, it was just like every episode she was like, I got to make sure it's recorded. I got to like watch all these kind of stuff. And so then I started watching, even though I was probably too young to be watching Grey's Anatomy, if I'm really thinking about it. Especially that first season. They were wild now. But I think I remember a Shonda Rhimes like little segment happening afterwards and kind of being like, who is that? And my mom being like, oh, she like created the show. And I've always wanted to be a writer. Like, I knew that for certain. But that was the first time I was like TV, like Black women can write TV? Like, that is crazy to me. And I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. So I was like, I will like to follow that path for sure. So like, I think just seeing that it was existing and visible and possible really set me out to be like, okay, let's start working on these scripts.
Yeah, and honestly, you just had to be there. Shondaland had it on lock for a long time. And she still
Thursday,
has it on lock.
She still does. I was
but
like,
it's just like, but that Thursday Shondaland conversation was truly like pivotal. I have to say, like, I was 1,000% in middle school watching.
You were like
Grey's Anatomy, zero business, but
right.
I was like tuned in, locked in. And I also think it was just so important to be able to see really compelling stories, but then to be able to see who wrote them and see that that person looks like you and she probably has similar, similarities to yourself. It's just like seeing yourself in that way. And I think that that's amazing that you felt that like at such a young age to feel like you were like, okay, I really want to do that. And because I don't know that I had that type of, like that type of direction in that, or in that representation in that way.
My favorite part is I think I got to tell her that.
You did?
Yes. I went to USC because Shonda Rhimes went to USC. Like,
that so you was like, so yeah,
I was like, no, when
locked.
I said I'm trying to, I was like, we are twinning it. I'm trying to be like you. But my senior year, we actually did a class about her. Like, that's how you know you made it. Like, a whole class is based off of her and her work and stuff. And she came through in the class. Funny enough, I almost missed it because I was like, I'm kind of tired today. But then my friend texted, who was the TA, and was like, I think you might want to show up today. And I was like, okay, bye. And then I ran to class and she was there and we had a question and answer afterwards. And I was like, you are literally the reason why I'm standing here right now asking you this question.
I love that. Dirt's up.
Dirt's up for sure.
All right, we got the pebbles in.
Okay, yes.
All right, we're going to just pour the dirt in there.
Making sure. Is it supposed to be in the bigger one?
I put it in the bigger one.
Okay, but it doesn't matter.
But I don't think it's a right or wrong answer.
Clearly, I'm not a plant gay. Sorry.
So we're good on that. Okay. Well, I love that that's how, like, that was what was instrumental in seeing yourself and then taking that and moving forward. And so finding identity in your inspiration, I think was super, like, it's pivotal. But then also now, how would you say that your identity as a Black queer woman impacts your work?
I feel like Blackness and queerness are just constant themes in every project that I personally write on. It's just so entrenched in me at this point that it just is very natural to do. But I think about the girl I was, coming to terms with her queerness, always being Black, versus kind of the acceptance and the way I faced my identity now. I just think about those stories that I wish I'd seen or wish had happened. And then I'm like, why don't I just write myself? And so I just started to incorporate them into my own things, and now they're just a part of the scripts. Like,
that's so Black woman coded, by the way. It's just like, okay, I guess
I'll do it myself, right?
I guess I'll just run the country. Yeah. I guess I'll just do whatever. It's fine. I think that that's amazing, and I think that that's so important, and that's kind of like the whole point, right? Is to be able to write what you wish you would have, but then also be able to impact another generation of people, so that they don't have to go without being misrepresented or not represented at all. So I think that that's amazing. How do you handle writer's block and creative writer's block and, just dry spells and things? Like, it's like when it's like, like the well runs dry from time to time when it's time to write, and it's like that these pages are due.
I don't know if it's a hot take, but 99% of the time I listen to the writer's block and I don't push through it. I am like, okay, that means my brain needs to take a break.
Yeah.
I won't be doing my best work if I'm forcing it. Of course, if there's deadlines in mind, I try to live experiences. I think those help me through versus just sitting in front of the screen, staring for a couple hours. I'm like, all right, let me go on a walk in the park, or let me see what class is in town and stuff like that. Something to get the brain stimulated in a kind of way so that if I do have a deadline, I can make it. But most times, though, the writer's block, I'm like, I'm blocked. Okay, we'll sit here and to wait for it to lift.
Because sometimes you don't want to force it
Yeah.
because then that impacts the work that you end up being able to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going to have to rewrite it anyway if you don't like it. I just put them in there
Okay.
and then I put like a little bit of dirt over them.
Okay, got it.
You know, I'm going to put
I'm
a
following
little
you.
extra.
I'm like, let me see. Okay.
Put
This
a
is
little
bringing me
extra
back
dirt.
because I love snacking on sunflower seeds.
I know. I was like, I almost.
The little salt.
Because
Anyway.
I don't know why I was surprised that we're planting sunflower seeds, by the way, everyone. So I don't know why I was surprised that they look like sunflower seeds.
You were like, I'm like, oh, like,
and
yeah,
I was
they're
like, hold
consumed.
on, no, wait, no, I don't know. But
I'm like kind of thinking I probably should have done it in the bigger pot. But
it's okay.
we vibe.
We're vibing.
We vibing, yeah, for sure.
The foot is on the gas.
Yeah, we already started it. We committed to it, so.
We're committed and we're doing it. But yeah, I love that you don't like force the creativity, and I think that that's probably why that bio looks the way it looks. Okay, because we're not forcing it and we're going and we're pushing and we're telling authentic stories. But I also really loved what you said about just living experiences and making sure that you take time, because that helps you be able to be more creative if you live more life and you have different experiences where you can kind of push beyond whatever it is, whatever your day-to-day. It's like, okay, I normally go to this store and that store and live that, but, to be able to go out and actually do different things that can inspire story, I think that that's really important, and that's a note I'm going to take.
Thank you. Okay.
I have another question for you.
Okay.
How do you see the role of TV writers evolving in the next few years?
I don't know. I think we kind of need a revolution going on with TV writing. Because so much was taken from us and hasn't been given back even post-strike.
Yeah.
And as much as I love seeing old characters and stories that I saw growing up, it's kind of tiring to just see nonstop remakes and reboots and such.
Yeah.
And getting back into the root of it all, which is the original storytelling and having those. And I feel like those are the shows that I gravitate towards, like, right now is the ones that are still kind of not the reboots and such. So I think the role is going to be, we're going to have to stand on business a bit more. We show we can, as we have in the summer of 2023, which, wow, feels so long ago now.
Right?
But yeah, I was like, almost 2 years.
It's like, oh, no, that wasn't last week?
Right, I know, literally, it feels like it. But, and keeping up with that, I feel like the role is going to change, that we're going to have to take our power back and take that strength back and not wait for someone else to do it for us.
And create, like, our own
Our
platforms.
own community, all that kind of stuff.
I agree.
Stop giving them the power.
Yeah, because they'll just take it back.
Yeah, they'll just take it, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that that's a really powerful thing. And what would you say is a way that you, like, right now are taking back your power?
I, for a long time, have been placed in a little box of what was expected right for me because my credits are mainly, like, in the YA space. So, like, taking my own power back is not staying in that box and trying new things and doing more, maybe adult themes or different genres and stuff like that. Just kind of basically breaking out of the kind of expectation of what I am as a writer has been how I've been taking my power back recently. And it's been the most excited I've been about writing in a while.
I love that because you get to just have fun, and it kind of gets back to, like, the genesis of probably what even made you want to write at all. It's just like I get to write, and I get to explore, and I get to create different worlds, especially like when we're seeing it's a lot of different things going on in the world right now. So I feel like being able to just tap into yourself and tap into your creativity is probably really pivotal at this time more than any other.
I agree wholeheartedly.
All right, I got one last question for you in this segment. So what is the most important lesson that you've learned as an artist?
I think that ties into, like, how I've been taking my power back, which is, like, don't be afraid to experiment and try new things and try different styles. It's because I feel like, especially when you have, like, a meeting and you're like, oh, so what do you write? I feel like that immediately just places you into a really confined space.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give you the chance to actually get to explore and do more. And that's why you'll notice in my bio, I don't say I write drama or comedy. I write complex female protagonists of color who are going through things and realizing, like, no, they don't want to live through these kind of like existed expectations of what they're supposed to do. And that can be anything. That could be witches in a grounded world, or it could be like a period piece. Like, so that's why I try not to box myself that way, and I encourage writers to do the same and experiment and figure out what you like, because you may say you'll never do horror. Try writing horror. You never know. You might end up eating that up. So, like,
you actually just clocked me, by the way, because
really?
I was like,
Yes.
I'm not a horror girly.
No.
I do this with the commercials, like I can't. But sometimes it's like when you do go outside of your comfort zone so far, you actually end up eating it up more than you think you did.
And also you having a sense of knowing what fear is. That means you can feed that into the script. So
exactly. I've definitely have tapped into it for a class or two.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's just like, okay, the best way to write horror is write about what kind of scares you.
Terrifies you, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just like, and capitalize on that. But I really love being able to just like, I feel like creativity, especially with writing, is just such a vast field, and it's just so many different things you can do. So I love that you're like, I'm not sticking in one space, and I'm not going to tell you I do one thing, but at the root of everything, I just did something. At the root, what it is like I can write stories that show complexities of different people, because no human being is just one thing. Everybody's multifaceted. Nobody's a monolith, even when you get to the multifaceted conversation. So it's just like, it's refreshing to hear that you are a storyteller, and that is the way that you're looking at your art.
Always, 100%.
Yeah. Now, you've done so much in your career, but we would love to know how you fill your own cup pour into yourself. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, now, as we get ready to pour into yourself, I'm literally about to pour up some tea.
Like,
okay?
Yeah. And it's the right kind of tea.
It's the right kind. It's sweet
It's
tea.
sweet.
No Married to Medicine. So, here you go. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're pouring, because it would have been spilled all over if I was
if I spill it on myself. Remember me different. Look,
right?
remember me different if I spill it on myself. All right, so we got the good tea ready. We're ready to spill tea.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right, and also as we pour into ourselves, cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Take a little sip.
Yeah, I'm like, this is hitting.
A little sip for the homies.
Y'all missing out.
and then we're going to actually water our plants too.
Okay.
So as we're watering our plants, I'd like to ask you some questions, and we're just going to get to it.
Okay.
So how are you pouring into yourself right now?
I am a person who has done a lot at, I guess, considered a younger age, where I've been in the past couple years experiencing a lot of burnout. And so I have reminded myself that I am a person who tries to pour into the cups of others, and to reminding myself to replenish myself. So doing trips, taking naps.
Yeah.
A nap hits. I know it's a divisive thing, but for me...
Yeah, especially those naps where you wake up kind of confused. Like,
yes,
what's going on?
What year is it?
Or like it got dark.
Yeah,
and you're
right.
like, oh, what happened? Where am I at?
So a nap, I am big on manifestation and like tarot and cards, so I love doing that. I just was in Atlanta with my family, and my mom is also big on manifestation. So we made this thing called a mind movie, which is like a vision board, but like in a movie form. And we got to just kind of speak our manifestations out live. And one of the ones I always say is like, I will be living a soft Black girl life.
Because you deserve.
You don't need this heart.
Listen, because you
don't deserve this. Yes,
you deserve it.
I want that for all my Black girls, for sure.
Yes, be loved properly. Have a soft life.
Right, yes.
Please.
To live, they don't have, nothing has to be hard. Nothing has to be difficult. Like, we just get to exist and have our cute, fun things. And so, that was one of the things in my mind movie that I made sure to emphasize.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, I love the manifestation piece, because within the manifestation piece, you can have that affirmation piece as well. It's like your affirmation is your manifestation.
Yeah.
And so I love how that kind of all blends together. And how would you say, like, you evolved into that space to be able to do that? Especially, it sounds like being like a person that's pouring into all the other cups, potentially. I know for my own experience with doing that you fall into the people pleaser of it all too. So it's just like, how did you evolve from doing that to being like, you know what, I deserve pleasure in life too. So how did you evolve into that?
I am
was
a healed
the last
people
straw?
pleaser.
Yes.
I am also a healed eldest daughter of color. So
Same.
I spent a lot of time giving everyone else all of my energy. And I think it was kind of balancing jobs where I was writing for other people and not writing for myself, where I kind of like was faced with this question of, is this like what I want to be doing? Like I questioned writing in general. And so when I got to that kind of mindset, I was like, I never thought I would ever question writing ever in my life, that's been my love from the beginning. If I wasn't writing, I was losing a limb, to like the late 20s where I suddenly was like, am I even happy doing this? I realized that I was giving so much to other people and not enough to myself. And so I went back to my roots, rewatched all my favorite shows that I did growing up, read books, like new books and old, connected with like the people in this industry who I really admire and respect, and just kind of was like, hey, I need help. I'm going through it. I opened myself up because I'm so used to figuring out the problems myself as the eldest daughter in me. I'm like, I can solve it out myself.
It's like being, and again, it did not help that we grew up in the independent woman era of Destiny's Child.
Thank God.
We love
my first
that,
concert.
okay? We love that. But at the same time, it can make it hard to break that up a little bit and realize, like, oh, it's okay to need some help. Oh, it's okay to lean on the other people, and it's not an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I definitely identify I'm the only and oldest daughter.
Oh,
so it's just kind of like you kind of go into,
too.
you got to solve it, you got to figure it out, you know what I mean? And I think that it's like you almost have to give yourself permission to be able to do what you like. And also as a writer, if you don't fall into a what am I doing here moment, are you even doing it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you even go here?
Yeah.
You know, so I think that that's really special and important, and I love that you're like, no, I'm fighting for myself, and I'm fighting for to be able to create and do what I want, and also I'm fighting for my ability to figure out if I even want to do that and what it is that I want to do.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. Yeah,
I love that. Hope y'all taking notes because I'm taking them. So what does wellness mean to you now that you've evolved past the people pleaser of it all, past whatever any expectations being put on you outside of your own? Like how do you define wellness now as this evolved person?
I think it's all about balance. I feel like when you're younger and you hear wellness, it's probably like, oh, like do you have a cold or something? But obviously the physical health is just one aspect compared to the mental, the spiritual, the social, connecting with one and other people. So I am all now like believing wellness is about the balance of it all. And if you're leaning too much and just focusing on one aspect of it, it's not going to be complete wholeness for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that wellness can also evolve too, what you define it as. So like, what does wellness look like to you? Like on a day you had a long one. You know what I mean? What does wellness look like to you? And does it change? Does it vary? Or like, is it pretty consistent? Like if we do this is surefire for me to feel like I'm well.
Yeah, I do have a surefire thing, but sometimes I need a little bit more. Like I'm an introvert, so my wellness probably never is going out. But like sometimes there might be a time I'm like, you know what? Let me put on a cute little fit and like get out there and dance and stuff. But like most times it's me at my place, pop an edible. Get the anxiety out of the way. Either I'm usually rewatching a favorite show that's like a comfort show of some sort, like some like Girlfriends or like Old Grays or like
those
something
type
like that.
of things hit differently when you're an adult.
Yes.
And the stuff that came out when you were a kid, like living single.
It's like now being adults, I'm like, oh, I'm really understanding these circumstances and situations. So even though it's rewatching, it's kind of watching it for the first time again. I'm usually always doing do you know Rage on the Page? It's kind of just like exercise where I either do it like at the end of the day or the beginning, the morning. I like to do it at the end of the day because it collects your thoughts, and you time yourself for 3 minutes and you just write a stream of consciousness of whatever comes to your brain.
Kind of like journaling.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. And so, but it's like instead of journaling, sometimes you have like the entries that are very specific to certain things. Rage on the Page is kind of like whatever thing pops into your head, write it down, even if it doesn't connect. Like you could be talking about a suit for like 1 second, and then you're talking about your brother for another second. So it just kind of like does that. So I try to do those because that sometimes gets ideas and thoughts I didn't even realize that I was holding in together. So yeah, getting high, watching something, writing a little something.
I think that's also very cathartic to do the rage on the page as a writer.
Yes.
Because everything you got to write has to make some type of sense or has to have like a, Easter egg for something else. And I think like if you just mean like, oh, let me just get it out.
Yeah, it's like forget technique. It's like not about technique. It's just all about your thoughts.
Yeah, and even if you're anxious or you're worried, it's kind of like my therapist calls it a worry appointment. Like
my therapist was just teaching me something like that. Like it was like planned anxiety time.
Yeah, and she was like, okay, just be like if you're feeling angsty throughout the day, put that in that back pocket. Do what you got to do, and then at the end of the day.
Wait, that's so funny. I was like, what if we have the same thing?
Listen, we might. Okay, listen. I'll recommend her. Our last question of this segment is, what advice do you have for aspiring writers in this unpredictable, ever-changing industry? Because it's crazy. It can be up, it can be down, and like, how do you navigate that?
I think I wouldn't say it's an expectation. It just is a fact that this industry is built on the validation of others, which is so unfortunate. And even the most like self-assured people will fall into that kind of like those depths of just like, oh, am I good enough? And I think it's just breaking free from that and realizing like regardless of what's going on, everyone's journey is different. You are the main character of your own story. You got your own chapters to write, own stuff. And if you're peeking up in someone else's novel, you're not going to be writing your own book and getting through all of that kind of stuff. So I always say, comparison is the thief of joy. Like that, I feel like is really good, especially for young writers. And, your friend might get stopped on a show and you didn't, and all that kind of stuff. Like that can you start to internalize that. And with the validation of it all, it starts to make you spiral. And I'm just saying, like, write your own book. Yeah, like get your own story going and remember that you're the main character of your own story.
Period. Now, I got to ask. Okay. I know I said that was my last question, but I have a follow-up. Okay. I feel like to do that, I want to know what is your like go-to song to get into that. I know my artist in my heart of hearts who I would listen to feel like, I'm that one. Yes. Like don't ever to remind me to not sleep on myself. To get 100%. You hype. Who is that for
Beyonce. Yes. Destiny's Child was my first concert. I'm in the Destiny's Child DVD, like the final tour, like little like 9-year-old.
You said me. Destiny fulfilled.
Yes, I literally was in the thing, y'all. Y'all can check it out. I'm there with these big old glasses and my like southern twang saying "Cater to You" was my favorite song, which wow to think about at that age. Yeah, crazy. Also, I'm a lesbian, so like it's just a lot of questions that you think
you can cater to your partner,
right? But that was like, oh, I'll do anything for a man. Mind you, I won't.
You said I actually won't.
But Beyonce has been the artist of my entire lifetime.
I know. I love her so much.
You going to Cowboy Carter?
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Them prices scared me. I don't know about that. But like I will cowboy in the parking lot.
Right. I did floor seats for Renaissance.
Me too. I was in Houston.
Changed my life. You won.
It got serious. I saw Meg the Stallion.
Did you see? Meg is also one of my
I lost
favorite
it.
artists.
I can show you some clips, but there is riddled with me screaming.
Oh no, that's what everyone was like. Oh, how was the concert? I'm like, I'm not showing y'all a single clip.
No, you don't deserve.
I'm crying to Alien Superstar in the background. Like, don't mind me.
I love it. She is the artist of my life. Yes. Beyonce, we love you. Now, let's get a little wild and a little nosy in Wildflower, a rapid this or that game. All right.
All right, I'm going.
So you know the rules of the land, right?
Yeah.
All right. The lay of the land. Comedy or drama?
Drama. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, because you Shondaland. I'm Shondaland down.
I'm really picky about comedy, actually. Like, I don't really watch many comedy movies or shows. Like, if it's hidden, then yeah, it's hidden.
Yeah.
But I get a sense of secondhand embarrassment and cringe. I know comedy oftentimes relies on that, so it's not as enjoyable for me to watch. Sometimes I think the funniest moments happen in drama shows.
I can agree with that. Or sometimes it's always the nuanced moments that are more funny to me. And it'd be like, that wasn't even supposed to be a joke, but I'm laughing at that.
If I love a comedy, it's probably because of the chemistry. Like
okay.
An Abbott Elementary, Parks and Rec kind of thing. It's the ensemble.
It's a whole
that hits.
flow of it. And I think I love a good ensemble cast. So especially when everybody can kind of give.
And everyone's contributing. Like Abbott Elementary, everyone is contributing into that one.
It's no one I would write out.
No, at all. I was about to say a spoiler, but we'll talk about it after.
All right. Hold on. I'm pulling in here.
Oh, okay. concert or intimate listening party? Ooh, this is hard. I love music.
Yeah.
But one thing about me, if y'all see on my Instagram, I'm always at a concert. So I'm going to have to vote.
I love a concert.
Concert. It's just something about the experience of just seeing it live and, like, hoping your favorite song's going to be a part of it. But I like an intimate listening party would be dope, too. But for the experience and how you meet people and stuff like that, I for sure would say a concert.
And I think a concert is extra special because we're all here for the same thing.
Yeah.
We're all here for the same program here. It's not like, oh, we don't really care, or, it's like we all care deeply about this artist.
And it's like the passion of it.
We care about this, whatever this work is, that they, like their recent project or whatever it is that they're doing, and it's just like we just want to celebrate. And I think that being in a concert setting is just really important.
Yeah. Wow. Harley Quinn or Batwoman? That... I'm currently working on a Harley Quinn comic.
Okay.
And Harley Quinn I have loved since I was a little girl. I have like 7 or 8 variations of Harley Quinn Funko Pops on my shelves.
You got all the collectibles.
But if we're talking Batwoman, I'm taking this to be Ryan Wilder's Batwoman, which is she as a black lesbian woman is obviously. So this is like choosing between babies. Like,
I was gonna say you got to do North
and then stuff like. Oh my God! I would say. Batwoman.
Okay.
Writing for Ryan changed my life. I love her to this day. I love Javicia. So as much as I love Harley Quinn, yeah. I think that I have a deeper personal connection with Batwoman. But
and then you had that foundational. It's like it's like, okay, this is what paved.
The start of all of it. Yeah, for sure. And I think just being aligned a lot of her morals and how we operate and stuff like that. It's just like
yeah. Okay.
Oh, that was
rough.
A brutal one.
That was rough. You didn't think it was going to get that serious.
I didn't know y'all was going to hit me like that.
We get in there. Yes. We get to the root. Not in this segment.
Yo.
All right. So your next one is novels or comic books?
Ooh. Again, both I've loved since I was younger. But I would say probably novels. Mm-hmm. But comic books are just so fun and so cool and so different. But there is nothing like getting through a really good chapter and really delving into a character and then being like, okay, what's the next page? Versus comic books is kind of like the continuous, kind of like nonstop, you get the story in the day. And sometimes there's comic books where nothing happens for the whole comic, but it's like fun just to see the characters run around. But I think the craft of a novel is something that I've loved and appreciated. And that's how I started with the writing, was fiction and narrative. So
yeah. I agree. And it's like we love it because like comic books have like the comic book lore and just like all the merch and all that stuff, which is really fun to get into it. But a good story, I think for a good storyteller, that makes a lot of sense.
Novel, yeah.
All right, your pool. Okay. We getting down to it.
Getting down. Okay. I'm like, how do y'all grab it?
I was like, you need help.
Oh, I got it. There. Okay. Oh, Atlanta or LA? Y'all trying to get my mama calling me in 2 seconds. We actually just had this conversation. Atlanta is my home.
Yeah.
I can't deny that. But now I'm at this point where I'm almost like I've spent half my time in Atlanta and half my time in LA. But the thing is, all of my time in LA has been as an adult. So it's a different kind of experience versus like...
You get that independence and freedom.
Yes, versus like having the experiences that I maybe wouldn't have had. Like, I'd be curious to know what it would be like to have adult life in Atlanta. I got to cheat on this one and say both. But my real answer is probably I wish I could just grab my mom and my brother and pluck them out of Atlanta and then bring them here. And then I get the best of both worlds selfishly.
Yeah.
But like stuff like weather-wise, LA. Cost-wise, Atlanta. Food-wise, Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, yes. For sure. Yeah.
I knew the answer when I asked.
I wish LA had a little bit more of Atlanta prices.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
So that's why I'm like the best of both worlds for sure for that one. That's the only one I'll cheat on.
I understand.
I didn't even cheat on Harley and
You came in here and said Houston, Atlanta, Texas.
Yeah.
All right, I got one for you. All right.
Oh.
It's going to be rough on you.
Okay.
BTS or Blackpink?
Wow, we haven't even dropped that I like exposed K-pop. Not exposed.
Listen,
like y'all will know.
Well, we know what we know. Okay, we have amazing producers here on this podcast.
Oh my God, I love K-pop more than anything. When I say I'm at a concert, it's mainly at a K-pop concert.
They go hard. The fans go hard.
The hard fans go. That's why I'm also kind of like, what if they find this and they go, I'm picking between them. Y'all trying to get me doxxed.
Look, we going to blur your face out for this one.
I will say, oh my God. They are truly the two loves of my life. BTS's music really, truly saves me. They write about individuality and breaking the mold and stuff and joy and happiness. It's like, but Blackpink, like, you listen and I am the baddest bitch in the room. Like, you are feeling good about yourself. I was like, I'm not going to cheat and say that, but
you can't cheat. We allowed you to cheat once.
Okay.
As friends, we can't let you keep cheating.
Okay. Blackpink is the loves of my life. Love them. And I've been on a kick of them because they have all their solo stuff coming out. I would say, if we're talking music-wise, though, BTS.
Okay. And I went and listened to a BTS song for you. Ooh. It was Dynamite. Is that good? Oh, that was good. Just at the top of Apple Music. I didn't know where to go.
It's like their first English song. Okay. I would say, though, that if you really delve into it, there are some songs that are really, really going to
It's different songs where they're in their bag.
Yes, very for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Dynamite was way more commercial.
All right, listen to some BTS. That got you. That was the one?
That was the one that got me. A little bit more than Harley and Batwoman.
All right, this is our last one.
Okay.
All right, this might be a little easier.
Okay.
Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Beach vacation.
Okay.
I'm not going to be hiking a mountain. Like, do not put me out in the wilderness.
The hiking, the bears?
None of that. Like, don't put me in the woods. Do not put me in a mountain. Like, I'm not built for that. Like, I want to be lounged out, chilling on my vacation. I don't understand. I mean, no, not to shame people. I knew a lot of friends who hike and stuff like that, but
I can't do
to exert that energy, you'll never see me run.
And then it's just like, it's too many elements.
It's so many.
It's heights. It's dirt.
It's stuff like
it's
you
rocks,
run into like
it's
animals.
Wildlife.
Like, no,
I can't do it.
I can't. I'm not built for those conditions.
I would have to agree.
Yes, I would want to be suntanning.
Well, listen, you once again you ate up this wildflower thing. Yet again, you're eating everything.
I'm like gobble gobble.
We know that no one can do this alone, and give them their flowers. We would love to know who is inspiring you. So, Maya, who would you like to give their flowers to, and why?
First and foremost, my mama.
Period.
The first supporter, the first love of my life. I was raised by a single mom, so she did everything for me and my little brother. Mm-hmm. And on top of doing all of that, she never once told me I couldn't do this. If anything, she was like, "Girl, I think you above this," like that kind of thing. She was gassing me up like from the jump. But because of her, there's the reason I started going to summer programs for film. Why I went to a performing arts high school. Mm-hmm. How I ended up at USC. She was with me for every application, every performance, everything. So, 100% gotta always give her flowers.
Shout out to you, Mama.
Love you.
And then who in industry would you give their flowers?
I'm going to cheat because this is also a personal person as well as someone in the industry. And no, this is not a paid or thing, but I got to gas my sis up, Ebony Gilbert.
Yes, Ebony.
I could not have survived my first staffing job. She was the other Black woman with me on Batwoman. Mm-hmm. And to have her in that room from the jump was a game changer for me. I'm about to get emotional. You know I'm a Pisces. But it's like, I'll never forget. We love a little tear like coming out. But I'll never forget the first time I entered that room and she immediately sent me a text and was like, "I'm so glad that you're here." I felt so safe and welcomed. And she's the person I go to for storytelling advice. Now we're sisters. We go personal advice, all the kind. But I truly couldn't have survived and done that without her. And she deserves bouquets over bouquets of all she's done. And so I wanted to give her flowers too.
I would have to agree. We love you, Ebony. All right, so we're nearing the end, but this has been such an amazing conversation. I know, me too. So we would love to conclude this episode by giving you your flowers. Quite literally. We would love to give you your flowers. We got a card in here for you as well.
Oh my God, this is beautiful.
All right. Yes. Here's your
Oh
card.
my God, thank you.
And then, so we are so inspired by your work, your message, and how you rose from the concrete. So we just really love.
I'm about to cry.
But we love it. We love to give the flowers while you can still smell them here. So thank you for being here. And before you leave us, is there anything that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Yes. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I am working with DC Comics for DC Pride 2025. That comes out June 4th, 2025. And I will be writing the Harley Quinn as well as co-writing the Joe Malin story, the Green Lantern, Black Green Lantern. And so I really hope hard copies come out June 4th. So hope that y'all take a look and purchase and such. And really excited, my first venture into comic books, like actual comic books versus comic book TV shows. So it's been really fun and amazing. And I'm really excited to see what y'all see, what all the writers have cooked up. And the artists are amazing and editors incredible.
Listen, I don't know much about nothing else, but I know I'll have my copy, okay? Well, thank you so much, Maya. And as for everyone else, we'll see you on the next episode of From the Concrete.
Thank y'all.